one of the main reasons to direct market, in my opinion, is for overall business stability. In general, a quarter of the retail dollar comes from each of four components. They're listed here for you: production, processing, marketing, and distribution. The problem is most farms get all their income from one of these. Which one? Production. Okay, and only one of these is subject to the vagaries of nature that makes every farmer feel like farming is different than any other business. Because we have, as Alan Nation used to call, the four horsemen of the apocalypse. You know, weather, price, pestilence, and disease. It's what every farmer leans on the side of their pickup truck and whines about every day, right? Which one of those four is most subject to those vagaries? Production, right. When the locusts come, they don't eat the tires of the delivery vehicle. When the drought comes, it doesn't stop the internet access from working, right? When the rain comes and you get way too much rain, it doesn't, destroy the stainless steel in the processing. So, for no more reason than to create stability, stable income streams, here's the thing. The more dollars we load into non-production, okay, the more dollars we pull away from the vagaries of weather and price and pestilence and disease, and those become more stable income dollars. That's one huge reason. As we know, we hear the middleman makes all the money, and these processing, marketing, distribution, that's the middleman hat, right? Well, if that's where the money is, I want to be one, okay? I want to be one. And so rather than whining about that middleman that makes all the money, why don't we just join him and enjoy the largesse, okay? So there's a lot of reasons here. Number two, it's historically normal. I mean, direct marketing, the idea of actually purchasing from within a local commerce, was the backbone of secure food systems for many, many years. It attracts the best and brightest. All these other things, as soon as you start talking about messaging and as Jenny was saying, sound biting and how do we compress complex ideas into simple little slogans, that kind of stuff, man, I'm not saying that it doesn't require a lot of genius and imagination to know where to place the cross fence for the cows. But it is a different set of challenge, isn't it? It's a different set of imagination, creativity. It's a different skill set. And so I'm really big on trying to attract smarter people into farming. I don't know how much gentler to say it, but we've actually had rural brain drain for a long time, right? As the society has condescended toward rural, toward agriculture. And basically, if you're an A or B student, you're supposed to go, become a lawyer, an attorney, work in IT, sit in front of a Dilbert cubicle and press numbers into cyberspace for your career. And that's supposed to be, this wonderful thing. And if you're a C- or less student, then all right, well then maybe agriculture's a path for you. And what I want to bring, I want to see us create cerebral, imaginative pathways where our best and brightest come back to the farm, and be affirmed in it and be encouraged in it. I think that's a noble goal. Another reason to direct market is that your clientele is portable. Many of us are working on leased farms, borrowed farms, shared farms. And our clientele, as long as you don't move 200 miles away, our clientele is portable. They can move with us. So it gives us some wiggle room and flexibility to lease places, to create collaborative things, because clientele's portable. By direct marketing, You get your own built-in support group. You know, farming is a lonely occupation, right? You're out there in the field moving the cows, moving the chickens, running that tractor, making hay, whatever. Farming's a very lonely thing compared to other vocations. You know, where at least even in a small office, you know, you got people, you got the little, sometimes a soap opera, right? Sometimes it's Peyton Place, but at least there's community. There's people. There's things. I mean, our daughter works in a very small office. She's the agritourism director for a 7-county area. It's a fairly small office, and it's just amazing how fast. Oh, we went down and saw a movie with so and so at work. I mean, work is becoming now kind of a catch-all for everything. It's becoming life fulfillment. We'll talk about that more as we go. But anyway, your customers, when they come and I can remember our kids growing up and the customers would come and tweak their cheek and say, oh, our family just depends on you so much. We would not be able to be healthy if we didn't get your food. Thank you for doing this. You know what that does for a kid, for the farmer, all right? To have that kind of emotional support. It's like having, it's having AAA for, or whatever, AA, whatever. You got it, whatever it is, all right? But you got your support group, okay? And in a vocation that's inherently lonely, direct marketing is really good. And especially if you're a Stockman Grassfarmer reader, it's even more lonely because even your farm neighbors think you're crazy. Right? I mean, our farm neighbors still call us Typhoid Mary and bioterrorists, because we have unvaccinated chickens that run around in the fields, and they're going to commiserate with the red-winged blackbirds and take our diseases. I mean, they got to be diseased because they're not vaccinated, right? And they're going to take that to, their Tyson chicken houses, and they're going to lose their farm, and every child in Bangladesh is going to starve to death because we let our chickens, commiserate with red-winged blackbirds that didn't vaccinate them. I mean, this is the thing. And so when we're outside that orthodoxy, it's even more lonely. And so our customers become, people say, who's encouraged us? I say it's our customers. Our customers they're our support group. They're the ones that, and over the years we've had tough years. You stay in it long enough, you will have a tough year. We've had people come in and just, stuff a bill in my pocket and say, I know you've had a tough time. Just take this. And they leave and you open it up and it's a $100 bill. Okay. I mean, we had a customer once. He came and it was fairly early on there, and he said, "Look, you've written a book now. You need to have a higher profile of success. Driving this $500 car, it's just no good. You need a better car." He said, "I'm getting ready to trade mine, and I'm either going to give it to you or the Salvation Army." And Teresa said, "Well, bring it down." We didn't even ask him what it was. And so the next time he came down to pick up chickens, he drove down and he said, "Car's out front. You want to take it around?" And so we went around front, and it was a Lincoln Town car. And we drove it around the block. We parked it back in the front. And Teresa said, went around to Clinton. His name was Clinton Miller. And she said, "Where do I sign?" And we bought that car from him for $1 and drove it for 2 years. And man, I mean, that thing had a trunk the size of a pickup truck. I mean, it was, but anyway, that's emotional support, okay? That's good. And then another one of, a thing that I've really come to believe is that you really don't have a viable business until you generate 2 salaries in the business, okay? That's a kind of a hard saying, but if you know the cycles of life, you know that as you age, your energy wanes, your creativity wanes, and you just don't have the get up and go. Mentally, I'm 20, but when I get up in the morning, I don't feel 20. If it ain't hurting, it ain't working. I mean, It's a different thing. And so all really successful, especially legacy businesses, don't just have one person at the helm. And in farming, I mean, what do you do if you're sick? What happens if you break a leg? What happens if, two people are a big deal. So I really believe that if we want a viable farm business, we have to set our sights and have a vision, a trajectory out there that we're going to get to 2 salaries as fast as we can get there. Because a 1 salary business is a very vulnerable, fragile business, okay? And marketing, jumping into that, to all that, processing and marketing and distribution, what that does is that it increases the pie big enough so that there is a place to assimilate a second person. I'm Joel Salatin, editor of Stockman Grassfarmer. Thank you for watching this Stockman Grassfarmer video, where grass farming is celebrated for its possibilities and opportunities. You'll find more at the links here to find additional material in our library. You can see a lot of different videos and enjoy learning more about grass farming. We look forward to visiting with you more and more here as you make Stockman Grassfarmer part of your video portfolio.